Hi everyone, welcome back to our 7 days of chakras. Really happy to have you here. We are working through today our throat energy center, which is Vishhudi or Vishuddha chakra. And this is all to do with freedom of speech, being able to express ourselves freely, being able to speak our truth. And we're gonna work into any blockages we feel in this part of the body that often you hear, oh, I've got a lump in my throat. So, we feel that when we feel a really intense amount of emotions that maybe we're not able to communicate, we're not able to convey with others. And it's a very commonly blocked one. So I want to make sure that you guys have all of the information to hand to try to work through any imbalances in this area. So let's get started, just coming into a comfortable seated upright position. And then close your eyes. We're going to place the hands down to rest on top of our lap. Turn the palms to face up towards the sky. And let's just come to the breath. Connect in with your breathing. Tuning in with yourself. And taking a moment to notice how it is that you're feeling right now. No such thing as a wrong or a right answer, just trying to be aware of how it is we are, what emotions are coming up for you. How would you like your speech in this world to be? How would you like to convey yourself? Is there anything you feel is holding you back? It might be yourself. And how does it feel when you tap your awareness into the throat area, where our thyroids are? How does it feel? Do you notice any particular temperature? Do you notice that lump in the throat, or do you notice that it's really open and really clear? Breathing through whatever is coming up. So make sure throughout this practice that you still keep the breath flowing evenly in and out through your nose. If you'd like, you're always welcome to let the breath go out through your mouth, just as an extra fuller release, but I'll leave that up to you. So Vishhudi chakra is all about that throat energy center. How can we really say how we feel? How can we express ourselves freely? How can we speak our truth, even in situations and environments where we feel like we can't? Ask yourself, am I doing that today? Am I speaking my truth? Or is there something I'm holding back? Is there that little niggle that keeps coming to the surface, but I keep pushing it back down for various different reasons? And in this practice, you can allow it to come up, you can allow it to bubble up to the surface. If there's anything that you've been holding onto in your heart, any sense of regret, any sense of fear, you have to let it come out from the heart, up through the throat, so that you can fully let go. So let's use that affirmation of letting go. You can either say it in your head or you can say it out loud with me. I let go. I let go. I let go. And then place the hands on the throat area. It doesn't matter where, so it can be the front, it can be the sides, it can be the back. Anywhere in this area, I want you just to feel into. Is there any part that feels a little bit tender? And you'll know that instinctually, just through the power and the sensation of your touch. And when you get to a part that you feel needs a little bit of your attention, just rest your hands there. You're not here for too long, so don't worry if your arms get tired. Just try to keep the shoulders relaxed and the elbows out to the side. And really tune in using your hands to feel into the physical sensations, the physical softness, the physical tightness, whatever's happening. So we've checked in emotionally, we've checked in mentally, now we're checking in physically with that feeling. And all the while still breathing through any sensations. If you like, you can give yourself a little massage in those parts that you feel need it. And again, coming back to that affirmation, I let go, I let go, I let go. I speak my truth. I speak my truth. I speak my truth. Saying it with me, either out loud or in your head. I express myself. I can express myself. I will express myself. Good. Staying there, watching how those affirmations made you feel. Trying to step over that fear and really use our power here, our inner wisdom. You'll notice all of these chakras, they align, all the energy centers are connected with one another. Any blockages down here, we need to get them up, up and out. So think about how can you do that? How can you release things that you've been holding on to, things that you've not told anyone, things that you've not even admitted to yourself? It doesn't always have to be communicating it with another person. It could be just how we were just saying those affirmations to ourselves. It could be just speaking to yourself. But it's that process of getting it out of the body. It could be writing it down, thinking it through, and processing it. So staying where you are, eyes still closed, I'm just going to come to the little philosophical reading that I like to do as part of these meditations, which is from Swami Rama's Living with the Himalayan Masters, as all these readings have been. And this one is titled Divine Protection. Self-surrender is the highest and easiest method for enlightenment. One who has surrendered themselves is always protected by the divine power. One who possesses nothing and has no one to protect them belongs to God and is constantly under the protection of the divine. So I'm just going to read that first sentence again for you. Self-surrender is the highest and easiest method for enlightenment. And I have another philosophy class on my YouTube where we talk about the freedom of speech and how thought translates to speech, which goes into those kind of topics in a bit more detail. But just think about that for a minute. So think about how can you surrender to yourself? How can you free yourself by just opening up with yourself? It's so easy for us to push those feelings, push those thoughts, push those experiences, push those situations down because we want to label them as negative, as not conducive to growth, as not something we want to spend our time on. But actually, focusing your time on these things is so important for you to grow, so important for you to grow past whatever that is that subconsciously, without you even realizing, it's holding you back. So how can you allow yourself to do that? And it's scary, I know. But bring it to the surface, allow it to come up. And let's address it. So we can speak freely. So we can align on all of our chakras, so we can balance them. Start to visualize this big blue orb of light, like the color of the sky or the color of the ocean, whichever you would prefer. This is the color that is associated with this energy center, the beautiful color blue. this big orb just hovering in front of the throat area. And then you feel it penetrating into the skin underneath, softening, healing, removing those lumps, removing that negative energy, removing any excess heat or any excess coolness, neutralizing everything. You can feel that blue energy seeping in, breathe it in. Exhale, let it all go. Breathing it again, that blue light coming through, healing, helping you, holding you. And exhale, release, let it all go, anything you've been holding on to. Hands come down to rest on top of your thighs, or you can have your palms in your lap. Taking a moment. Pretty deep, I know, pretty intense it can be. But you showed up here for a reason. So let's be dedicated to improving ourselves and to doing the work we need to do. Slowing down your breath, bringing your sensations back to the room, gently flickering the eyes open, coming back to the space. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today in our throat energy center, Vishhudi chakra meditation, philosophy, a bit of breathing, a bit of visualization, a bit of everything really, but good for you to really address what has come up. So as always with these classes, please spend some time reflecting. If you have a notepad, make some notes. Just take the time, try not to rush into the rest of your day, really be reflective as much as you can be, and then come back to this practice whenever you feel you need to, especially if you notice a little shift happen. Make sure that you leave your comments in the box underneath. I'd love to hear how you're getting on, and if there's anything specifically that came up for you that you hadn't expected to, that gave you a little bit of a shock. And make sure that you are subscribed as well, so you know when the next video is released. Tomorrow we are working on our third eye energy center, Ajna chakra, point between the two eyebrows. It is all about intuition, trusting our gut, trusting our instinct. It's a really fun one. It really gets you being creative and really tuning into what's actually happening within you. So I will see you tomorrow for day 6 of our 7 days of chakras. Then we have one left. So hopefully you're journeying through all of the classes together. If not, make sure that you go and check that playlist out and start from the beginning and make your way through. And I will see you in our next class.